Hey everyone, Joe Bianchino here, back alongside Andrew Williams, A.Dubs, as we call him around the building. Back with Week 9 local NFL previews. Jets, Bills on a bye, and Giants. But as promised last week, we will start with some mid-season awards.
Award time.
The big three. And we will look first at Offensive Player of the Year. Dubs, you take it away.
Offensive Player of the Year is going to have to be DeMarco Murray, because he has the most yards other than a quarterback, and he's carrying a team better than anybody else right now. So it would have to be DeMarco Murray.
Absolutely, hands down. 1,054 yards already on the season. He's averaging 130 yards per game. 132 if you're rounding. Do that math. Common Core, what's up? 5.1 yards per rush. By the way, the next highest rusher in the NFL right now, Arian Foster with 766. So DeMarco Murray killing it. All things offensive right now. Totally agree. Defensive Player of the Year.
It has to be J.J. Watt. He has more touchdowns than majority of the offensive players this year. The sacks, his impact on the league so far, J.J. Watt is 100% Defensive Player of the Year so far. Would surprise me if he doesn't win at the end of the season also.
Yeah, to be specific, 7 sacks, 2 touchdowns defensively, threw in another one as a receiver. So 3 touchdowns on the year. Just insane year for J.J. Watt, though his commercials need improvement. So you can work on the commercials, the football playing. Well done, though. MVP.
DeMarco Murray. 100% DeMarco Murray. My thing was, if Phillip Rivers didn't lose that last game, I would go with him. But DeMarco Murray is my MVP. He is leading. He had more yards on first down than Arian Foster and the rest of the league does in general. On first downs. First downs?
That's a hell of a stat. I'll give you another stat. It's not so much a stat as it is a name. Peyton Manning. That's my answer. Peyton Manning is my MVP because there is no team in the league that revolves around one player and they're successful like Peyton Manning and the Denver Broncos. He is everything to that team. He's effectively their coach. John Fox is great, but Peyton Manning is the head coach of that football team. He's the offensive coordinator. He's the quarterback. He is everything to the Denver Broncos. He is, to me, the most valuable player in the NFL. So, with the awards out of the way, we will kick it into the local teams. We're going to pause before we get into our normal what to watch for and keys to victory and prediction, and go with grades. Just mid-season letter grades. Let's give some of those out as we run through all of the sports radio cliches. And we will go first to the Buffalo Bills because they are on a bye this week. So your grade for the Buffalo Bills, Dubs?
I'm giving the Buffalo Bills a B+.
B+.
A Buffalo plus. This is the reason. They started out 2-2 through 4 games. Coach Doug Marrone made the switch, which to this day I will not agree with, but it has worked out because Kyle Beerbelly Orton
there you go.
has
the words.
worked out. And
there
yes, I say it every week, Beerbelly Orton was a
wondering when that was coming into play.
And it's worked out. Every week I sit here and I say how Kyle Orton's not running my offense, and he is running their offense. He is playing very well right now. They are playing very well as a whole, losing 2 feature backs. Doug Marrone, I actually had him. We didn't do Coach of the Year, but Coach of the Year so far would have been Doug Marrone for me.
I would have gone Bruce Arians in that with the Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah.
My grade for the Bills, you went B+. I'll go B-. Because, look, you can't argue with the end result. They're 5-3. All right, they're 5-3. They're winning in the AFC East right now. They're in it in the wild card race. Hell, at this point, they're in it in the AFC East race.
100%.
I mean, they'll eventually be out of it because the Patriots are going to run away with it. But for right now, they're in it. There are some things I don't like. I don't like that even before they lost their running backs, they seemed reluctant at times to run the ball. I don't like that. They played away from their strength. Though I'm not going to be as vicious and just vicious to Kyle Orton, I didn't like the switch to Kyle Orton either. But again, as we both said, it's working. So B, B-, B+, whatever. Bills, positive for the first half of the season for you. The decidedly not positive New York Jets. I'm not even going to give you a chance to jump in. I'm going to tell you what their grade is. It's an F. It's a big, fat F for this is a flaming pile of effing garbage for the New York Jets franchise right now.
And
is that harsh?
Failure.
Is that harsh?
No, I like it. I like it 100%. I agree. I have nothing to say to the Jets. Jets they're a joke of a roster. They're a joke of an organization right now. And there's a lot of Fs you can use for them.
$20 million in payroll space, and they don't bother filling any of the holes that they have right now. They're a mess, and it's showing up on the field. And so when they show up on the field this Sunday to take on the Kansas City Chiefs in Kansas City, we will not see Geno Smith at quarterback. We will see Mike Vick. It is what I'm watching for, how Michael Vick plays, because as I've said time and time again, don't be swayed by 2004 Michael Vick. This is 2014 Michael Vick. This is dude who just went to prison Michael Vick.
He went to prison 3 years ago.
This is slower, less healthy, more injury prone, more turnover prone Michael Vick. Turned the ball over 3 times when he came in. So I'm watching for him because I don't think he should be in this game. I think it should still be Geno Smith starting.
Well, Michael Vick absolutely should be in this game. That's also what I'm watching
Lies.
for. Because Michael Vick's excuse, I'm not where I was at the beginning of the season where I was like, I'm 100% in on Michael Vick. I'm not there after watching his performance against San Diego than last week. But I am, his excuse has been, he wasn't ready, he hasn't played with the first teamers.
I didn't take practice seriously.
Okay, I know. So this week, after this week, he has no more excuses. He's playing with the first teamers all week. If he comes out and plays bad, where do you go from there? That's what I'm watching for ultimately.
Just to park on this for 1 second. Michael Vick, the New York Jets are 1-7. They're 1-7. The season's over. All right? Michael Vick, there's nobody on there. The Jets aren't winning out. They're not going 9-7, which is maybe the only slim hope they have of making a playoff run. They're done. All wins do from here on out is cost you draft position. So Michael Vick, since he's not a long-term fix at quarterback, gives you nothing. Geno Smith, he's probably not a long-term fix at quarterback, but maybe he is.
Ooh.
Okay? Maybe he is. All right? And for I would rather play out the last 8 games of the season with Geno Smith and hope that he turns into something than just spin my wheels and throw Michael Vick out there to appease my fan base.
Oh,
all right?
But
whatever. Keys to victory, since it is Michael Vick, run the football. Give Chris Ivey the ball. He's the best player in that offense right now. Just run the friggin' ball.
Key to victory.
Or run it with Percy Harvin because he's pretty good too.
Yeah, key to victory is going to be limit turnovers and contain the run game. You have to make Alex Smith be the best guy for Kansas City.
Yeah.
Make sure he throws the ball around. Make sure that defensive pressure on him. That's the only way you're going to win this game.
Now, for as much as I just hated all over the idea of Michael Vick starting or Michael Vick meaning anything to the Jets, I do think he injects a little bit of life into the overall Jet franchise this week. I do think that the Jets, who are fine against the run defensively, jam up Jamal Charles, stop the run, force Alex Smith to beat them. Alex Smith does it, but he doesn't do it, with the same vigor that the Buffalo Bills just did. 24-17 Chiefs in a game that means nothing to the Jets, and maybe they shouldn't even win if they're really thinking about their long-term future.
Yeah, same differential. I have the Kansas City Chiefs winning 28-21. I think Vic gets some points on the board, but ultimately it's Kansas City's better team. It could be even more than that.
That was hateful. Everything I just said was hateful.
You were very
that was
angry
a
with them.
vicious segment.
Well, let's cheer you up.
I'm assuming
cheer
that
yourself up
anybody watching right now who's a Jet fan is just in tears or angry at me. Either one is fine, and you're probably right in either respect. Moving to my Giants, you said cheer them up. They're not playing the Jaguars, so I'm not sure I'm going to get cheered up by the Giants this week. Off their bye week. Pause 1 second. Mid-season grade for the Giants.
I'm going to have to go with incomplete.
Interesting.
I'm going with incomplete
Outside
for this
the box
reason.
thinking.
For this reason.
That's why he's a producer, folks.
That's how we do it. They lost Rashad Jennings.
Mm-hmm.
They lost Victor Cruz.
Brutal.
They lost Just Schwartz.
Brutal.
They lost their biggest people they have right now. And they're still 3-4?
3-4.
3-4 right now. They're 3-4. They're not out of it.
Nope.
But I'm going to give it incomplete. When Rashad Jennings comes back, when they have their full team, when Schwartz comes back, what you're saying, Jennings is out this week, Schwartz is out this week. Both of them expected back next week.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I'll start grading it. But right now I'm going incomplete.
Yeah, I gave him a C, which is It's similar because I'm saying they haven't been terrible, they haven't been as bad as expected, they haven't been as good as maybe you hope. They're kind of right in the middle. We'll see what happens. So kind of the same grade, even though it's totally different. I mean, let's see, incomplete, whatever. What to watch for in this game? It's interesting. I'm not actually watching for the Giants right now. I'm actually watching for the Indianapolis Colts. I want to see if this Colts D, who was third ranked in the NFL before they went in to play the Steelers and gave up 42 points to the Steelers offense. I mean, the Steelers put up 52, but 51, but 42 of them were actually given up by the Colts defense. So I want to see if they're for real. Are they the team who was third ranked, or are they the team who just got blowed out by the Steelers? I'm interested to see that.
I'm watching for the Giants secondary. A banged up secondary right now. The Colts have the #1 total offense right now.
Yeah, that guy at quarterback's pretty good.
Andrew Luck is unbelievable. Even last week he had him within a touchdown. and it was a blowout game, and he wasn't getting destroyed all over. And Giants have a banged-up secondary right now. Prince is going to have he's going to have his hands full with T.Y. Hilton and the work, so that's what I'm watching.
Yeah, and I think the key to victory is kind of there. I mean, DRC was limited in practice. He will probably play this weekend, and that'll be a big boost for the Giants. But I think either way, if you're the New York Giants, you have to sack Luck. You have to control him in the pocket. You have to do it the right way. You can't just get pressure. You got to get pressure the right way, which is to contain him from all sides. You got to get push up the middle so he can't step up in the pocket, and JPP and Kiwi, whoever's rushing off the ends, has to collapse the pocket so he can't escape out. Because you jam up the middle and you bring pressure right at Andrew Luck's face, he's just going to escape to the outside if he's got the room, and he's going to beat you with his legs because he's that kind of athlete. But if you can keep him in, ham him in, force him to throw from that pocket and maybe get to him before he can, now you've got something interesting. And the Colts in 8 games are good on 13 sacks, so they're not exactly protecting him brilliantly so far this season.
Key to victory for me is Eli Manning getting protection and also hitting the deep ball. The Giants are 25th right now.
So you agree with Jerry Reese that they need to go downfield?
They need to go downfield. We saw last week Big Ben have a career day going downfield on this defense.
Especially with Andre Williams starting at running back with Jennings out. If you can go deep, you can open some things
You're going to
up.
have to. That's the thing. You need it. Biggest part is protecting Eli Manning.
Yeah.
Steelers last week had great protection for Big Ben. He had a career day. The Giants are going to need that this week because like we saw, they had a lot of big plays the Colts let up last week.
All right, so prediction time for the New York Giants. I will go first. They are at home in this Monday night contest. Either way, I think it can be a competitive game, but 27-21 Colts, unfortunately.
All right. I have the Colts winning 38
oh my.
to 24.
Oh, my.
It's going to be a rough night for the New York Giants on Monday. It's going to be a rough Tuesday for Joby and Keenan.
I don't like any of that. I really don't like any of that. But so be it. We will watch and see on Monday night. All three, we're back. We're back next week. All three,
That's
whatever.
right.
We'll shoot the breeze on some
Jets,
football games.
Giants, all of them. Baby.
Boom. Week 9 NFL. Enjoy it, everybody.